Dante's Inferno, Canto 11. Hello. I will be teaching you about Dante's Inferno, Canto 11. At this point, the poets reach the inner edge of the sixth circle, where they can see into the seventh circle of hell. There, Virgil begins to explain about the last three circles of hell, and how they are all divided. The seventh circle of hell contains those who are violent, and is subdivided into three categories: those who are violent against one's neighbor, those who are violent against oneself, and those who are violent against God. The last two circles of hell punish those who commit fraud, and Virgil explains that fraud is the vice that God hates the most, and those that commit it are punished more severely. The eighth circle of hell contains those who commit normal fraud, such as hypocrites and thieves, while the ninth circle of hell, called the seat of dies, punishes betrayals, especially if the trust was between bonds of friendship or kin. Emily and Taylor will now explain more about Canto 11 before moving on. Now I will be teaching you about Canto 12 of Dante's Inferno. Canto 12 begins with the poets descending into the first round of the seventh circle of hell. This is the round that contains those who are violent against their neighbors. They encounter a god, the legendary Minotaur of ancient Greece, which Virgil tricks, allowing them to get away. They see the river of blood that courses through the round, and in this river those who commit the violence are immersed according to their crimes. This is symbolic, as they are submerged in the amount of blood that they had spilled during their lifetimes. Centaurs guard the banks of the river to punish any who misbehave, and their chief, Chiron, appoints the centaur Nicias to lead them across the river safely. As he leads them, Nicias points out some of the more famous tyrants, such as Alexander the Great and Attila the Hun, whose souls must wallow in the deepest part of the river. Now I will be teaching you about Canto 13 of Dante's Inferno. Canto 13 begins as the poets enter the wood of the suicides, the second round of the seventh circle. Here lies those who commit violence against themselves. The souls here are denied the bodies that they threw away in life, and are bound in thorny trees that are eaten by harpies, foul, half-bird half-woman creatures that oversee the damned. The souls can only speak when the blood flows out of their trunks, and Dante does not realize this until he breaks one of the branches off of a tree. The soul in the tree then describes the torment that they undergo in hell, and the agony of being eaten by the harpies, who are defilers of everything they touch. The soul describes his own personal story as a confidant of Emperor Frederick II and the circumstances that led him there. The poets then witnessed two escapee souls being chased down and torn apart by savage beasts, and talked to a soul that was encased in a bush that was broken during the hunt. Now I will be teaching you about Canto 14 of Dante's Inferno. Canto 14 begins as the poets leave the wood of suicides, and enter the third round of the seventh circle, the plain of burning sand. Here lies those who commit violence against God, nature, or art. They see souls lying, squatting, or pacing around on the burning sand, their punishment depending on their crimes. Those who lie on the sand are those who commit violence against God, the blasphemers. The sodomites, who commit violence against nature, pace along the sand, and the usurers, people who lend money and demand high interest for its repayment, a violence against art, huddle on the sand. All feel the heat and pain of the rain of fire, which falls forever upon them. Here they meet the chief sinner of this hell, Capenois, who was both blasphemous against God in life and now in death. Virgil talks to Capenois, and they continue walking along the sand. The poets then reach another river, a red one, and Virgil explains that underneath a mountain on the island of Crete in Greece lies a statue of an old man that weeps. The tears that he cries forms three rivers, which eventually lead into hell. This is the source of hell's waters. That is the summary for Cantos 11 through 14 of Dante's Divine Comedy, the Inferno. Thank you for listening.